Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And I'm MartineFelton, and if you're new here, thank you for joining us. And thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel from the beginning. Thank you for continuing to support and watch my videos. Okay. Um, so I just wanted to give everyone an update as to where I've been, what I've been doing, and what to expect moving forward from me on this channel. Because I haven't given up on the YouTube channel. I'm just kind of switching things up. I'm going through a transition right now in my life, and I want to take you along on that journey with me. So, I'm an intuitive. I do tarot readings. I'm a healer. I do Reiki healings and crystal sound bowl healings, right? So that's what I've been doing, and my podcast. That's what I've been doing on this channel thus far. But moving forward, I am going to be adding my artist journey, my art journey on this channel as well, taking you along my journey as an artist, as a digital artist, as a sketchbook artist, as a traditional artist. I use mediums. I use paint, crayons, markers, colored pencils, gouache, watercolor, all of the things. I use it all. So I'm going to take you on my journey of as I grow as an artist, as I sell my work, my finished pieces, and things of that nature. And I'm hoping to inspire other people like me who are finding their creative sides, and tapping into that and learning. I am completely self-taught. I did not go to art school at all, although about, I want to say maybe 20 or so years ago, I did enroll in a graphic design program at the time, and I may have did 1 or 2 semesters where I learned back then Photoshop and what it was called, another thing, a graphic design program that is not out now. It's called Quark, so I'm really dating myself. For those of you who remember Quark, so those are the things I learned for a semester or two in graphic design school. But anyway, so I'm not really I didn't go to art school. I'm self-taught. I'm learning still, and I'm growing. And I really believe in my creative abilities, and I like about 80% of the things I create. Obviously, artists, we tend to be very self-critical of our work and be very sensitive about our art. So I'm really excited to take everyone along with me on this journey. At first, when I started my journey, I just dove into acrylic paints and canvases. And then, actually, let's start from the beginning. When I started my art journey, it was art journaling for me. And I've always been one to like collages. Even as a child, I loved making collages, cutting magazines up, cutting paper up, and gluing it together on a page, right? So that was my thing, and that's how I started, during when the pandemic started, and we were home, working from home, school from home, everything was from home. So everyone was doing art at home to kind of release stress, right? And I have always been an artsy person. I have always been an art lover, going to museums, and things like that. So I was like, and I've always been crafty. So I was like, all right, let me get into this. Let me see what, I can do. It's been a minute. So I started art journaling, creating collages in a sketchbook. And then I started experimenting with paint and buying canvases and painting on canvas. So, and then I started doing digital work, working in Procreate, working on in Photoshop and Illustrator. And and I still do all of those things, but it's like every point I add something in, I add a new medium. So now I'm all about, I feel so good and comfortable with a sketchbook, with, doing my art, doing paintings, watercolor, gouache, whatever, markers, pencils in a sketchbook. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys, my sketchbook practice. Anything that I create, whether it be on my iPad, whether it be on canvas, paper, whatever the case may be, I'm going to take you guys on my art journey with me. And sprinkled in there are going to be some intuitive readings. There are still going to be some healings sprinkled in there every now and again. But my main focus right now is my art journey, is developing my skills, is getting into a career of art and illustration. All right, so that's my update, and I'm going to take the camera overhead so I can show you my very first sketchbook that I started and kind of talk you through the things that inspire me, what I've been doing, and just kind of share. Okay, so I'm going to take the camera overhead now. Okay guys, so here we are with my two sketchbooks. This first one is pretty complete. I mean, there are a few pages at the end that are empty, but I was pretty much done with it. So, and I don't have a date as to when I started. I just started it, and this is like a lot of collaging that I did here. Let me, it's a little too bright. Let me just fix this for you guys so you can see. All right, that's better. The setting was a little too bright. All right, so hopefully you can see the image a lot better. And so this is the first collage I made in my sketchbook. And this is some acrylic paint that I was playing around with, didn't really know what I was doing, and some stencils that I was experimenting with. And here is more collages. I was taking pages out of magazine, pictures out of magazine, these dots here. I was experimenting with acrylic inks. And so I took some pages out of a book. This is actually a photocopy of the pages of my book, my memoir, that I added into my collages. And here again, I did that again. Just experimenting with line and text and color and seeing where it was taking me. So here I'm out. Here, it's just some doodles. I was trying to like connect with my sketchbook on a daily basis. So sometimes I really didn't know what to put in here. So I just doodled a lot in here too as well, and more doodling. More doodling. And because sometimes that's what happens, when artists, I should say, we don't always know what to create. We want to, but then it's like, all right, what do I do today? You know? And so you end up doing things like this, and that's fine too. At least you're warming up, you're loosening up. Doodling is an art form as well. Okay, so here is another collage that I absolutely loved. The dog's face on the magazine just really got me. Look at those eyes. Those are the most prettiest dog eyes you could ever see. And so, you know, love is power. I added some stencils here. They didn't really come out too clearly. These are like tree branches. And I just felt like, you know, this dog looks so loving. You know, like he just needed a hug, and you see the hands just, you know, cupping his face like they love him. And it really inspired me to add this love is power, keep loving, this cute little dog. And so here I was experimenting with color and line and shapes. And this is a stencil of an angel. So, you know, I just wanted to use this stencil. Like I saw it in an art store and I was like, you know, I have to get this stencil of this angel. And it worked out okay. You know, it worked out okay. And then I wrote, you know, that gut feeling is your guardian angel, because it is. Whenever you get that gut feeling that something is good or something is bad for you, you know, something that you need to walk away from, that's your guardian angel protecting you. Anyway, so here is more collaging, watercolor in the background, a leaf that I got from outside. This is Zendaya, the actress. And I was just playing around here. And here's our dog again. The first one was a photocopy. This is a copy, but this is the actual color original. I loved him so much I had to put him in here twice. Look at him, he's so cute. Anyway, yeah, experimenting with text, putting in different elements, you know, just playing around. This was watercolor and ink pen, black ink pen. I believe this is acrylic paint in the background, and then I messed around with some oil pastel on here, and then stuck these pictures on here. This was a fail. This was a page with soft pastel, yeah, soft pastel, and then that same guardian angel stencil, but it didn't really come out that great, which is fine, because your sketchbooks are for you to play in. They're not for perfection. They're not for, you know, finished pieces. Although, you know, things that you do in your sketchbook, you can create finished pieces, like you know, on another surface or another medium. It's for practice, it's for play. There are sketchbook artists out there who have like perfectly, you know, designed sketchbooks, and you know, you see these sketchbook tours on here on YouTube and everything looks perfect and whatnot. But for me, on this leg of my journey, my sketchbooks are for play, for experimentation, and if I get a finished piece out of it, if, you know, of something that I do in my sketchbook inspires a finished piece, then that's great. You know, because that's what I want to use them for, is to play and experiment, and then move, you know, hopefully in that experimentation and in that playfulness, it inspires a finished piece. Anyway, more collage here. A deeper love, true glow. Look at how beautiful this queen is. Okay, and here more collaging, and I was playing with ink, like that spray ink. I don't even know where I put it because I don't use it anymore, but it was like that spray ink. I forgot the name of it, but anyway, you get the gist. You know, I was messing around in this, in sketchbook here, some others love, and I have a birthday card that my two little girls gave me, I guess that year. And so I thought this was a really, you know, nice spread, you know, dedication of a mom's love and dedication of my kids. Okay, so here we're getting into my watercolor phase where I was playing with watercolors and inks and doodling on top of watercoloring. So here is my doodling and like my Zentangle experimentation. Yep. I think this is marker here though. But I was experimenting with ink pens. I have black ink pens, and I really like this palette here that I made here. I really like this, and I really like muted colors when it comes to watercolors. I really like this palette. I think I'm gonna keep this in mind for something. Yeah, more watercoloring, pen, oil pastels here, doodling. I was swatching watercolors here and then doodling on top of them, so came out pretty cute. Same thing here. This watercolor painting here, and I think I did colored pencils on top as well. All right. Oh, here's, I love this spread, this collage spread. I just love it. And obviously an ode to the bold, beautiful, colorful Black women. You know, and acrylic paint here, some stickers, pictures from magazines. It's just, I love this spread so much. Here we go, channel your inner writer warrior. Hear me again, using text. Using text, this is magazine text. This is a page magazine text, and you know, using stickers from the Dollar Tree that I got. This is a Dollar Tree stencil. I really like this spread as well. And here I was just, I think I was having a migraine that day, and I just wanted to make marks. You know, I just wanted to, like, I was getting out some aggression because this looks like a very aggressive piece, right? And I just wanted to make marks that day, and I kind of like it. I like the color palette. Yeah, so that was the last of, yeah, and then there's just 2 more pages in here that I didn't really complete the book, but this was the beginnings of my art journey. So this is my next sketchbook. So first page, I haven't decided what to do with the first page yet, but this was like kind of a still life that I wanted to start, that I really am very inspired by still lifes. One of the painters, a few of the painters that I love, like Matisse and Van Gogh and Cezanne, and whole, like, I just really love still lifes and interiors, and so that's what inspires me. Interior, like sketching interiors, illustrating interiors. So here is something that I did with some oil pastel. okay? And here are these I did. The background is made with gouache and then oil pastel on top. So let's move that down so you can see the entire image. There you go. And I really, really, really love this. I really love this spread. It's just like, jumps off the page. I really love the colors that I use and things like that. So, yeah, I really like this. I was really happy with it. So this is just me swatching some products that I got. This tree, I was in the park and decided to draw a tree that I was sitting in front of. I think here, like, I really love drawing trees too and landscape. I hear, while this looks okay, this is cute or whatever, sometimes I get too in my head and I want to be more looser in my rendering. I want to illustrate more, and here I was getting too bogged down with details, and I want to illustrate more. And for me, illustration means a simplification of something, illustrating it, making it come alive in your own visual language, right? So here, while this is okay, I mean, it looks okay, but this is not the look that I was really going for, because I felt like I was in my head too much and I was being too bogged down with the details, and I really didn't give it a new personality. It looked like the tree that was in front of me, and that's not what I was trying to do. Okay, so this was a sketch that I did from imagination. It's just like kitchen, windows, this was like a draft. And then I realized that I didn't have enough room for the table and the person at the table. So then I was like, okay, I have to do this over. And I don't mind doing things over. That's the whole point, right? So this is just me messing around one day, and this is just a chair that I sketched from a reference photo in a book. Me messing around, trying to sketch out different things like a teapot, a cup and a saucer. And I like her. She's cute. She just like came to me, and I think I'll use her for something else, because I really like her whole look. Alright, so here is that like carafe again, and some teacups I was trying to decorate, and just drawing different things. Okay, so here is that the do-over that I did. And I like the way it came out. I was really happy with this. I even posted it on my Instagram. I made enough room for the figure and the table. The dog is a little too big though. The dog is like bigger than her. So that could have been scaled down a bit. There are lots of mistakes in here, so whatever. But I was pretty happy with how it came out, considering, my newness. So I've been taking Domestika courses. So this was an exercise in a Domestika course that I took, and the teacher is amazing. She has like if you're looking to learn about illustration, she's amazing. Her name is Sarah Von Dongen, and I'll put a link in the description for her Domestika course. Is amazing. So this was one of them, an exercise, and this was another exercise in that same course. This was another one that we drew in that same course. Her courses are very like hands-on. Like she shows you, she gets into detail, and she shows you things. And so we did this, and this is all from reference. I didn't have the reference in front of me, so I kept like having to pause, you know, whenever the reference came on the screen, but it worked out. This is something I took from one of my own magazines and recreated, and I like the way this turned out. This was watercolor in the back, watercolor and pencil and what else? Oil pastels. So I used about 3 or 4 different mediums here. Oh yeah, here it is. I have it right here. Watercolor, watercolor pencil, and oil pastel. Yeah. Yeah, so that was that. Here is another photo from a magazine, from a reference, and this was all from me doing that class, because one of the assignments was to create drawings of your own from reference. So this is another one that I used watercolor markers with, color pencils and oil pastels with. And this was just a drawing from imagination. I really love trees. So this was all marker and pen. Marker and pen. Watercolor marker, pencil. Let me see. Oh yeah, watercolor markers, oil pastel, and oil pastels, yeah. And yes, I kind of like the way this turned out. I want to do another version of that. This is from a photo reference of my own photo at this lake that I go to. And this was also the same materials, watercolor markers and pens. So here I was just playing around with my gouache sticks. They said they were water soluble, but I don't really feel like they were. Anyway, this was a line and wash fail, okay, because this is not really a high quality sketchbook, so this failed. Alright, so I was just messing around here using my gouache sticks and oil pastels to create this quirky little portrait. Oil pastels, complete oil pastels. Oh no, the red roof is gouache, but everything else here is oil pastel. I think it's cute. I really like the way this came out. Alright, so here this is just me thumbnailing a concept that I wanted to create, an illustration that I wanted to create, another just random sketch here, just more random sketching. So this was another an exercise from one of the Domestika courses I was taking with Sarah Von Doggen, and we were creating characters. So this is one, and the assignment was to create a character and then put that character in different scenes, you know, switch it up. So I did this one. This is the first one, and then this was the second one. The third one I didn't complete. I felt like she was really small, like she's sitting on a swing on this huge palm tree. I kind of want to rework this, probably resketch it out again, and I'll incorporate the same colors here. So it's kind of seamless, like, because we wanted the scenes, she wanted us to kind of use the same color palette in every scene, but have the person doing something different. So that was that. I'm going to rework this one, and yeah. So this is just a mark making exercise that we were doing for the course as well. You know, drawing things using line and then using shape and line. This is yesterday's sketchbook page. This was an exercise on a Domestika course that I'm taking with another instructor. I forgot her name, but she's really good as well. This is just a sketch that I did because, like I said before, I'm really inspired by interiors and illustrating interiors, and so I did this, and then I recreated the same one just by blocking out color and then going back in with line to, you know, define those shapes. So it turned out all right. And I was just doing it as an exercise, you know, to practice blocking shapes out with color and then going back in with line markers to define everything. So that's that for now. This sketchbook has still a lot more pages to go, and you know, I'll be taking you along on my sketchbook journey. Okay guys, so those were my little sketchbook tours. I hope that this video inspired you in some way. These are the channel updates. Like I said, I'm going to be taking you along on my art journey. I'm going to sprinkle in some readings and some healings because you know, I still want to be continuing that. So just know me as the healing artist. I should put that on my banner, the healing artist. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for hanging in there. And hopefully I can get this channel to grow soon. That is my goal. So go ahead and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And, you know, like the video, comment, let's interact, let's engage. And if you're a new artist out there, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me what you're doing. If you have a YouTube channel, put it in the description, and, you know, we can follow each other, we can support each other. Okay, so everyone, thank you for watching again, and have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time.